welcome to Not Safe for Work Magic. I'm your host, Gravity Groove, and due to a computer crash, you may notice some settings for my vocals are a little different. I appear to have lost those settings. They were corrupted in a crash while hysterically updating Magic the Gathering Arena. It crashed. That's surprising no one. So yeah, if you notice that the volume's not high enough or too high, you know, feel free to leave something in the comments so I can try to dial them back in. It took a little while before. We're working on it. Also working on our shitty camera settings. But yes, the thing went through, right? Fires is banned now. Agent is banned now. Companions are suck now. We're just going to try the same old pile we had. Now, primarily what I expect to happen is we're going to see a lot more Bant ramp, and we're probably going to see a return to Nissa strategies and Krasis strategies and just Uro strategies. So we're going to want some more exile in our 75. I think the best exile is still this. Epic Downfall, fine, but not very versatile. Does not get Kroxa, notably. Obnixilis does not get Uro, notably. Final Death, just worse than Eat to Extinction. And yeah, I think that's it for our options. They are not many or varied. It's pay 4 mana to exile a thing or don't. Okay. So Tail's End probably comes out. We'll just make that the 2-2 split here. I don't know if we're main decking Mystical Dispute anymore. Are we main decking Mystical Dispute anymore? We're not as worried of the Teferi into Luca nonsense. I mean, it does still play against Wilderness Reclamation, which is something we're probably going to see a lot of still. But even then, it's fairly minimal, right? The primary card you're stopping is Reclamation itself, which you're going to have to pay the full 3 for. Or Expansion Explosion, which any smart opponent is going to leave mana up once they have it, so this isn't going to play that well. So maybe we go back to the Thought Erasures in the main. Probably want some more Graveyard Hate. What the hell is that artifact called? What the hell is that artifact called? Let's look for 1-mana artifact, right? Soul Guide Lantern. Try a couple of those. I don't know if that's necessary. So against control, we bring out 4 Cry of the Carnariums and nothing. We bring in counterspells, possibly Soul Guide Lantern. Against aggro, we bring out 4 Casualties of War, some Thought Erasures. We bring in Murderous, Murderous, Heartless, Disfigure, Disfigure, Eat, Extinction Event. Maybe Soul Guide Lantern too. Uh-oh. It's not going to save it, is it? We're going to have to do this again. Uh-huh. Boy, this game is reliably unreliable, huh? Sure. Uh-huh. Oops. I think we should maybe split these two, expecting to see a lot more Uro decks. Maybe this way we can leave the Libation in there, because we're probably going to see a return to Dream Trawler in some number. We're expecting to see more Nisses, so this becomes better. Oops. All right. Let's give this a shot.
Take your marks.
Now we have our other variation, which we'll take a look at as well. This is definitely set up to fight the control matchup. I generally expect we're going to see more aggro in the initial run here. Mono red is going to be very, very good again. I mean, people forgot that Embercleave kills you on turn 4 just as effectively as other things. It's less consistent, but it still kills the shit out of you. We don't honestly know if running Yorion is worth it anymore and running the Yorion based deck. We're going to experiment and try to find out and get the feel of if these changes made any significant enough deviation to require altering our primary game plan. Our primary game plan with Sultai is to win the aggro matchup game 1 and be able to sideboard into a better deck game 2 against control. Fucking bullshit. Well, one lander into a no lander, so we've already lost this one. Already lost this one. Good stuff. I don't know what we're up against. So... not that it matters. One lander into no lander. Pretty much a death sentence. Okay. Could be a million different things going on here. Think we want both of these? Or do we just want the island? We just want the island, right? The only real decision we've had so far is our mulligan decision. We probably should have kept the extinction event, seeing what's happening here. It looks like it's 4-color Uro. So just a greed pile. Oh, it's a Niv-Miz event. Okay. We should be able to beat this deck. But, not now. Not on 5 cards and not with our draw. So the neutralizes come in. The cries all come out. The E to extinction comes in. The extinction event comes in. Actually, maybe just the murderous rider. And the gates probably come in, being that they showed us casualties of war. Nightmare is okay here, but not stellar, so those come out. Well, maybe we can play a game of Magic this time around. It may be correct to have more discard in this deck, being that we're 80 cards. Maybe I should be looking at six discard options in the main. I suppose we technically have 6 discard options with Nightmare, but it's kind of inefficient. If you're not getting a kill or some utility out exiling their yard. 5-color greed stuff. Well, it's not what I expected our first matchup to be at all. Gosh, these draws are bad. We just wanted a damn growth spiral draw. We're just not getting anything. process here too. Learning what are the important things we need to stop now. This, of course, not a good example of what we need to be aiming for. This is not a real deck, but we're going to be facing a lot of not a real decks in bottom of Platinum. Unfortunately, he got the growth spiral draw that we needed. Sometimes that's just how you lose this matchup. We just have to try to prevent the Niv-Mizzet cast at all costs. Too much free card draw attached to that beastie. Uh-huh. Dovin's Veto. Teferi, Time Annoyer. Chemistry's Insight. Really just a 5-color pile of the best cards on Standard. And it's fine. I mean, it insta-dies against literally any aggro deck, but we're unlucky enough that we queued into it. Shit. So, if we negate their Thought Erasure, they probably just take our Neutralize. But that might be our best line. Kind of what I figured. Although it's better they Dovin's vetoed before we drew Casualties of War. They did take our only pressure though. So we're left top decking for now. Probably going to cycle with Chemistry's Insight. A lot of cycling over there. A lot of spinning the wheels. He got his Uro before us. Probably enough to KO us. I'm going to play this and hope we get land, or do we wait? We could Tamio minus get Thought Erasure. I think that's a decent proactive line.
Like the phases of the moon, anyway. Life waxes and wanes. I follow the tracks of the wise.
Yep. Wow. Everything they have is horrifying. At least if they do Teferi and Uro, we can casualty them. Although I could see them just casting their casualty here. It does basically take their whole turn. So upside. Yep.
Our time together is finished.
Now his best play is to play the Teferi, force us to counterspell it, because it's not getting any better than that, and then play Uro. We have to hope we draw a land so that we can cast our casualties. How they did finish it. An Ionize and an Uro. And a Teferi and a Thought Erasure. Okay. Good game. That's just not a matchup we can beat realistically. But then again, it's not an actual deck, so at least we got that going for us. Let's hope we get a more realistic opponent. Remember, our primary food with this deck is aggro. Over-the-top control decks are always going to be a problem for us. Similar to the Elemental match. Elemental match is very problematic. We also did draw pretty damn mediocre there too. hoping to see. Robber, Bone Crusher, Phoenix. Pretty lucky off the top. Gosh, that was really lucky off the top. Holy shit. Wow, okay, well, you know, never lucky. Needed one turn for them to not go fucking insane, and they drew light up into land and perfectly castable threat on that turn. That's holy shit. Holy fucking shit. So we have all the green we need for Cavalier. Jesus fucking Christ, 4 land in a goddamn row. Holy fuck! Do the forest, bottom 2 lands, do the swamp. Good games, y'all. Good games. This is the matchup we're supposed to be able to beat, but not the way we draw. Things should have been our game. Okay. That went fucking horribly. That went pretty fucking horribly. Jesus Christ, we haven't had one fucking growth spiral hand. Alright, I quit. Good game, opponent. Our deck doesn't work because we can't draw any cards that are appropriate for our curve. Alright. This is not going so well, huh? That was the control matchup. We were supposed to do better against it. Maybe disfigures to the main. How can we make this matchup better? What else would be reasonable against the control deck? Or the aggro deck? if we're never drawing the damn growth spiral to be able to accelerate, like this is why we're losing. We haven't drawn growth spiral or a row in our 2 and 3 and now 5 consecutive games. Honestly, I think we just need to draw better. I know that gets said a lot, but we miss a lot. See if we can win one game today. Getting out of Platinum is always actually the hardest part. Since you're at the rank floor, everything you play against is random. Oh great, we're playing a Magic employee. We're on... I think we have emotes muted, so... if they're saying hello or something, we can't really tell. Hey, we have a growth spiral hand. I don't even know how to unmute. Let's hope we had some land, huh? Probably ban. And that's a no-lander. Don't teferi me, bro. More counter spells. A. Yeah, this deck is mostly counter spells, isn't it? A little too big for Disfigure. Wow, these are all things I want to get rid of. I guess Conquer's Death? Bring our Soul Guide Lanterns. Oh, did I have E2 Extinction in this build? If not, we definitely have to put it in. Fuck. Well, mission land in our 36 land deck. Always finding a new way to lose. Gosh. Yep. Always finding a new way to lose. Looks like this is going to be an extinction event turn. And not hitting land. Yep. Top deck to counterspell. GG's. Okay. Sinister Sabotages. Cut a couple casualties of war. Maybe cut one casualty of war, because they're going to be hard to land through all the counter magic. Cut the disfigures. I probably need less counter spells in the sideboard. I think 4 or 5 is enough. 6 is too many. We have so much discard. There's a sort of uneasy balance between discard and counter spells. They don't tend to work together all that well, so I think we want less of those. And yeah, we needed to put Eat to Extinction in our sideboard, and we failed to do that. Yeah, I think that would have been the better card here. Let's give this a shot. Wait, what? Was this an 81 card deck? Am I missing something? It was. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that. I thought this was an 80 card deck. Gonna have to check that.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. I've got time.
Okay, so...
Don't worry, I got this.
See if we miss land again. We probably will. Cool. Now we can't
I know
draw
88
cards.
ways. I have just the trick for this.
Great. And it's more teferi. Oh, good. Glad to see the bans had such a big impact on the game. Such a big impact on the game.
Keep an open mind.
Now he just gets to Yorion and max them out again. Great. So now we effectively can't cast any spells.
This might be a bad idea.
It's fantastic. Because no matter what we do,
This is hardly my worst defeat.
no matter what we do, we're checkmated. This Teferi is a very fair and reasonable card, everyone. Gosh, I just still don't want to play the game at all. I still don't want to play the game at all. Yeah, just Teferi and Narset make me not want to play the game at all.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers. Put thoughtfulness before action.
Cool.
I'll protect you. You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
So he has veto for our counter spell. We could murder Strider now. That'll probably draw out the veto. So now we cast Teferi. We have to Sinister Sabotage it. It's drawn 8 million cards.
Hone your prowess.
Another veto. Neutralize.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Well, we lost every game we played today. We have revealed that, apart from one outlier, the Niv Mizzet player, nothing has changed. I predicted before we got to this point, back when the ban happened, that we were just going to end up on Bant Good Stuff as the primary deck. And it looks like I was 100% correct. That deck is just absurd. And there aren't a lot of points of play to interact with it favorably. It's strange. Primarily because of the problem of Teferi. Once again, Teferi makes it so that you cannot effectively play the game. And the developers didn't seem to give a shit about that. Once Teferi comes down, you no longer get to play the game. You can't counterspell anything, which, as you saw, pinned us repeatedly in different ways. You can't interact, which means they control the board, and once they get further advantage, you're already so far behind at that point that you can't interact. And because Teferi is both great at fucking up control and aggro by buying you tempo and a card, it's still essentially breaking the meta, and it's still the best thing you can do So we just need to plan more around facing teferi, I guess, but there's only so much you can do. Especially in these colors, we don't really have any haste creatures other than Questing Beast, which maybe we could throw a few Questersons or a few Shifting Ceratops in our sideboard. That might not be the craziest thing in the world. And, yeah, Yorion may never even come to the picture either, right? Like, this might not end up being an essential card anymore. Well, what are we cutting for the other Disfigure? Alright, let's try one more and then we'll pack it in for the day. It just does not seem like the deck is with us. We're not getting the good hand, and we're getting pummeled. So we're going to go take a break. Go get a shower, go get our workout on. We clearly still have a lot to learn to best equip our deck against what threats lie ahead. For now, honestly, we probably should just be piloting the best aggro pile we can make to try to get our way out of Platinum. I may even go back to the old standby of the Rakdos Titan deck, just to try to claw up and out. Especially if the Bant decks come back really big. Conqueror's Death is their best piece of removal, and it doesn't hit Kroxa. Okay, so this is the draw Cry of the Carnarian and Muldoon's matchup. And being that we're on the draw, we're probably going to lose it. Jeez. Cool. That was very reasonable. That was very reasonable, wasn't it? Wasn't that reasonable, everybody? Wow. This version does not handle aggro so well because I don't have anything to bring in from the sideboard. This version seems like it's bad against both. Can we draw Cry the Carnarian? He asks for the 100th time. Probably not, the deck responds. You do your thing over there, Captain Braindead. Same exact draw as last time. Omen, that would have been nice. Looks like we're going lighting. Sucks. Well, just making a big shark. We're just making a big shark. And pretty much dying to Torbrain. Or Cleave. Or anything. Gosh. It's a red letter day here. Losing everything. So, okay. Well, this is perfectly reasonable. What the fuck? Uh-huh.
Dueling you will be excellent research. Let me aid your research.
And a death scan. Yep. Well, we're going to call it quits for today. Obviously, we're not going to get any wins. The deck is not with us. But hopefully we can get a few more games going later on this evening and figure out what seems to be the problem, or if it's just the fact that we are perennially unlucky, which is kind of the overarching theme that made this show get started. I don't have any recommendations at the moment other than to look out for the best cards deck and the mono red kill you on turn 3 deck. They're very polar opposites, which makes having something that doesn't just fold to one or the other, kind of impossible at the moment. My fault is I tend to be a mid-range player, and I love mid-range, and I keep trying it even though it's bad. But maybe one day I'll learn. This has been Not Safe for Work Magic. I've been Gravity Groove. Thank you for watching for a little while, and I hope to get some more informative matches for you soon. Until next time, later.